Rescue Mission to the Moon by Emily Joyce. Hello, my friend. It's Emily here. And today, the Counting Ship is going on a special journey to the moon. That's right. Today, we are the Counting Spaceship. We're on a rescue mission to help my friend Roberta. Her spaceship is broken down, but she needs all of her research equipment back on Earth. She was right on the cusp of a scientific breakthrough. Luckily, my counting ship can handle all sorts of journeys, even to the moon. But for lots of other kinds of adventures, you can subscribe to the Counting Ship channel. But for now, cuddle down and look out through your mind's eye. It's time to prepare for takeoff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch off. Here we go. Launching into the air, leaving the Earth behind us. As we shoot up higher and higher into the sky, through cloud after cloud, through the very atmosphere of our planet, as we head toward the moon in the Counting Spaceship. And we're blasting into the night sky with stars twinkling around us, and the crescent moon looming before us. It's getting larger and larger, and if you turn back, the Earth is getting smaller. But be careful of your eyes. The sun is just behind it, burning brightly in the sky. And as we get closer to the moon, the shadowy sections of the crescent come into the light, forming a perfect circle, a perfectly full, bright moon. It feels so peaceful to fly through space without gravity. Our bodies begin to feel lighter and lighter. Can you feel your body become more relaxed as we leave our planet further behind us? It's as if we have no weight at all, and all your muscles begin to unwind in your legs and your arms and your back. Every part of your body that you begin to notice in your mind slowly begins to feel lighter, to feel more relaxed. And in no time at all, we begin to see the craters and hollows in the surface of the moon. As we get closer still, we begin to see the outline of large moon rocks and boulders. And over there, I can see a spacecraft. It must be Roberta's. Let's hover just above and see if we can spot her. Why, yes, there she is. She's looking up at us and waving. So let's set down the Counting Spaceship now, so we can help her make her journey home. Hello, Roberta. Are you all right?
Bonjour, Emily. I am so glad to see you and to meet your friend. I have been waiting on the moon for a very long time. My spaceship may be small, but it has important scientific equipment on board. And now the whole spaceship needs to be repaired. But first I must take the equipment home.
Roberta, how nice to see you. Of course we came to help you. You were very brave to stay here on your own. Didn't you get worried out here?
Of course not. I had all my experiments to keep me busy, and if I needed to go home, I would have used my homeward bound bubbles.
Homeward bound bubbles? How strange. I've never heard of them.
They are wonderful. It is an extraordinary technology. My favorite way to travel. Very relaxing. But they would not be strong enough to take my whole spaceship, and I cannot leave all of my things here. I am on the cusp of an important breakthrough.
Well, how do these homeward bound bubbles work?
You have to stand in the bubble generator, and it creates a bubble all around you. But it is not like an ordinary bubble which floats along and just goes pop in the wind. This bubble knows exactly where you need to be, and it does not go pop until you are safely home. It can travel to anywhere, through anything, just as quick as you need it to be.
They sound like fun. I have an idea. We won't all fit on the counting ship with all of your equipment, so perhaps you could pilot the counting ship back to the Indigo Ocean for me, and my friend and I could take a homeward bound bubble.
Ah, parfait! That is perfect. If you have never travelled in bubbles before, you will love it. But are you sure you want me to take your ship?
Of course. There's no better pilot on Earth to take the counting ship than you.
You are very kind. But don't forget, we are not on Earth. We are on the moon.
Is that the homeward bound bubble generator?
Oui, yes. I set it up just in case. But let's get started. You stand on this platform.
This is certainly a fascinating machine. And there's room for both of us on the platform. And around us is a framework of plastic and metals and wires. I wonder what they all do. But there's no time to find out. Roberta has already pressed the switch, and a silky-looking bubble is beginning to form. And when it's completely surrounded us, in a brightly shimmering bubble, we're off.
Goodbye, my friends. See you soon, and thank you.
Goodbye, Roberta. Wow. We're floating away from the bubble generator, away from Roberta, away from the surface of the moon, into space. And as the bubble spins around, the surface of the moon is behind us now, and we can see the Earth. And the Earth looks so beautiful. It looms before us, large in the sky, a brilliant blue ball with swirls of white clouds over the land masses of continents and countries, like a marble. Doesn't it make you feel small in this bubble floating beyond the Earth? So far away, we're floating beyond the thousands and millions and billions of people who live on Earth, with their thousands and millions and billions of jobs and families and worries and hopes. But we're getting closer now. The Earth gets larger in the black sky,
as the bubble carries us onwards, back to the earth, back to your home. And if you turn back, you can see the moon shrinking away in the sky. I wonder if Roberta has set off yet in the Counting Spaceship. And we're streaming past the stars, which are twinkling at us as we pass through the space between the moon and our home planet. We must be travelling very fast indeed, but in our comfortable homeward bound bubble, it hardly feels like we're moving at all. And now we begin to see more features of the earth coming into view. We begin to see the swirls of clouds in greater detail, the ripples and ridges in their fluffy whiteness. And in the gaps between the clouds, we can see the swathes of yellowy deserts and the whites of Arctic snows. See the blue-green borders where lands meet oceans. And as we float over the lands, we begin to see the orange and yellow twinkling lights of cities clustered around coastlines and rivers. And now we begin our descent through the clouds. And just for a moment, our bubble is surrounded by thick clouds, and everywhere you look is white. But it doesn't matter in our comfortable, homeward bound bubble. In fact, now that we're not so distracted by the view, we can begin to notice that we're starting to feel very relaxed, very sleepy. It almost seems that the closer to home we get, the more relaxed we feel, the more heavy our eyes feel. Feel how your shoulders relax as we start to experience the gentle press of gravity again. And as we float down through the clouds, we can begin to make out the rise of mountains, patches of woodland, and as we get ever closer, we're floating over great lakes and long rivers. Start to glimpse the forests and the fields. Firstly, we see the great bridges and the tall towers, and then we start to see houses dotted around the roads, and the cars making their journeys through the lights of street lamps. And now we're getting closer to your home. We're floating right above it, and without thinking, the bubble just takes us exactly where we need to be, slowly floating downwards. And all the time we're floating down, your body becomes more relaxed, more peaceful and quiet in our bubble. And it's dropping us right down over your home. And slowly, easily, we travel right through the roof. And the bubble takes us down further right over your bed. But it's calm and peaceful as you're slowly placed on top of your bed, sinking through the covers and into the sheets, feeling sleepy and comfortable now as you lie in your bed in a bubble that shimmers all around you, and you don't know how, but the power of the bubble keeps you feeling warm and safe as you drift into a peaceful sleep. And I don't know how long the bubble will last, but I know that it will last for as long as you need it to last. So until the next journey, I'll wish you good night.